So welcome to YOUCANIC. Today here on YOUCANIC we're going to go over how you'd replace your starter on your Toyota Camry of a 2012. This Camry has a 2.5 motor and your starter is right down below this. So to make it easy for you, we're going to go ahead and remove this, and you can do it all with removing this, but I'm going to remove this part of the air cleaner intake and the air box, just to give us full access to the starter to be able to get it undone. And so to start with, let's disconnect our battery, size number 10 bolt to loosen, and then take off the negative and take off the positive, loosen and take those away. Alright, so you've undone the battery, and then there's two bolts here that are number 10 that hold this air box on. There's another bolt up here, number 10. And just to disconnect this electrical connector to the mass airflow sensor. And then we're going to have to pop this cover off to get two bolts under here to be able to pop this whole unit out to give us all that ample space. And these are just push pins, pull them out. With those removed, we can set that to the side, and then we get access to these two number 10 bolts to be removed. So there's another number 10 right down here. So this box here is not completely necessary to remove to get your starter that's sitting right here. Just makes it ease, and it's only two bolts literally, and then you pop it up, and then you under this clamp pop that out. And the last thing is you've got an electrical connector on the back here. Not a connector, but a holder, and you just got to move that out. So with those pieces removed, we just have a bit easier access to our starter to be able to replace. So on the back of the starter, we have an electrical connector here, press and pull. Then this, we've got a bolt here, like size 12, to be undone. And that's your positive cable that connects to here, and then you have the other electrical connector, and this is your solenoid. Sometimes it's just solenoid goes bad, but you replace them both together. They don't really sell it as a separate unit. Now we have two number 14 bolts down here to loosen. And with those removed and the electrical connectors removed, then you're just going to rock the starter out and pull the whole thing out. And this is your starter. And that's how you remove it. And then when you get your new one, and see, a lot of times, the starter just wears out. So what happens when you send the signal to the starter, it engages like that, starts the car. Once your car starts and you let go, it kicks it back out of the way, and this hooks on to what's called the flywheel, or the ring gear of the flywheel, and that's what cranks the motor to be able to get it to start. So with your replacement starter, you're just going to go in the reverse order. Just slide it up in there, put your two bolts back in, they hold the starter to what's called the bell housing of the transmission that then connects to the flywheel. All right, and with those two tight, then we go ahead and put the electric connector back on. And you see it's got these little prongs on it. I'll get a picture of it. But it's got little prongs on it that are going to line it where it needs to go. Tighten that up. Make the connection. And then take your electrical connector, press it in until it goes click. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to put this air box back in that we removed for ease of access. There's this connector to put back on, which you just squeeze clamp and connect it, tighten that back up, hook your cable back up here. On the back here there was a little place to slide it in. So you tighten those back in, then you set this into place, make sure that your the housing goes right around there, and then tighten up the two bolts that are up on the front here. Tighten those down, hook your battery cables back up right here, and by doing the positive first, and then your negative. You'd be good to go, and then you've got that little shield to be put back on the front. Push the push pins back in, tighten the other pieces back on, and make sure you don't forget to tighten the clamp, and make sure to not forget to tighten this up to the air cleaner box, as well as your mass airflow sensor, and connect that back up. Because without doing that, it's going to be your car won't work as well. And that's how you replace your starter in your Toyota Camry. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.